Hello YouTube, this is the lightswornjoker today coming at you with a deck profile of my Fortune Lady deck that people requested me to make. A little backstory on this deck. I tried out a bunch of different variations like Zero Ladies and some more of the control builds. I tried out one of the Doom Cows and Thunder Kings that supposedly topped at different nationals. I have no idea where it did. I tried them all out. They all lacked the consistency and they weren't very explosive either, and I kind of like decks that can suddenly come out of nowhere, but I'll give you the deck profile. Also, I'll be taking another challenge now, so if anyone wants to send me the challenge, the first one that sends it to me, I'm probably going to take his. So I'm not sure, yeah, first one to send it to me. Alright, I'm going to give you this now. I based the deck around Fortune Lady. Oh, here's my colored map for fun of it. Yeah, I made this mat a long time ago, I just never use it. Okay, anyways, I'm going to tell you this now. I based this deck around the concept of Fortune Lady Light, because she is amazing. Fortune Lady Light, it's basically the engine of the deck. I'm not going to lie, this deck's based around her. Fortune Lady Light allows for abusive plays. You can use her for various things such as drawing, special summoning of beat sticks, burning, and overall, it's normally a +1 in certain situations. Next up into the deck is part of the draw engine, triple Fortune Lady Water. I see people saying that you should run 2. I see people saying that 2 is most best. But in my testing, I've tested out that 3 adds to the draw engine. Yeah, she's a bad card in hand, but if worse comes to worse, she's good defense. 12, not too bad. At least not if you're playing X-Savers. Not gonna happen. Anyways, it's pretty good consistent draw engine. It's a good card to come off Fortune Lady Light or Fortune Lady Dark. Unlike Fortune Lady Light, she doesn't miss the timing, because Fortune Lady Light has some cases where it misses it. I'll explain to you if you need me to. Next up, 3 Fortune Lady Dark. It's the beat stick of the deck. It allows for special summoning. Great plays are to summon Dark, swing, special summon a second Dark, or just swing with Fortune Lady Dark, special summon Fortune Lady Water, Water swings for 12, or even the next Fortune Lady, which I'll show now. You can use to get light too. It's not such a bad play if you have a combo set up for it, which this deck's Fortune Ladies are more combo orientated, that's why they have such a huge draw engine. Next up, 2 Fortune Lady Fire. This is the other target for Dark, because you can get its effect. Unlike Fortune Lady Water, where you need a second Fortune Lady on the field to gain this effect, this one can be brought, as long as it's brought out by a Fortune Lady, you can gain its effect at any time. So if you just summon Light and it gets removed, it's a win condition in the deck. There's no doubt about that. I'm not going to lie. I think last format I did run a fun Fortune Lady deck one time. The guy summoned JD, and I summoned Light, and set like 3 back her, and he went to blow up, and I'm like, okay, get this for game. And I think in the video I use it to beat the guy basically with it twice, because honestly, it really is a good card. Next up, 1 copy of Fortune Lady Wind. Basic idea between, I don't think you need 2. 2's too much. It's really an okay card. It's not bad, but you have to have the exact amount of Fortune Ladies. It is probably the only card to destroy back row that gets priority, unlike Breaker, Lila, any of the back row killers. So that's not too bad. I think Stratos does too, but you need other ones. Her can go by herself for a 1 card for 1. But if you start to stack up at like 3 like this, it's hard to get the effect off. Also, it's a little annoying with Future Vision, so just run the 1. Now I run the 2 Cyber Valley. The reason I run this is it can help with the engine by removing from play another Fortune Lady. It can end battle phases, which is a big thing this format. It's not so great against Infernity, I'm not gonna lie. And I have an engine that I'll show you in a sec that helps gain Fortune Lady Light. Benefit of it is, like I said, you can play Fortune's Future to draw 2 cards. I don't like the ruling, though, that you miss the timing with Light. If this didn't miss timing with Light, it would be so epic. Just be like, draw 2, special summon. Next up, here's the engine I was talking about. I run 2 Rai-Mei. I know I'm going to get flamed for this, but let me see. It has 5 targets. It can search Fortune Lady Light, it can search Cyber Valley, and that's 2 and 3. It allows for plussing. It can dodge Future Vision. When I said this, people are going to assume most of the time it's like a water or a fire if you've ever played Fortune Ladies. And it's another light for Chaos Sorcerer, which I run him too. So here he is. I run the Chaos Sorcerer for the fact that It helps the engine. Removing light and dark can start off Fortune Future. It can remove from play pesky synchros like Stardust. And I wish it was at 2 still. I'm not gonna lie, you make Twilight and this deck so much better. So there he is. Next up, Trag. Run Trag in this deck. If you want to run this deck, you want to run Trag. Tragoedia in this deck is like a boss monster, I'm not gonna lie. This deck has such a huge draw engine. To be honest, I played this deck, like I said before, the format. This going to 1, Chaos Sorcerer going back to 1, Allure going to 1, and Necroface going to 1 is what hurt this deck the most. To be honest, this deck was a lot faster. And, oh yeah, I ran a D-Hero engine back then, because D-Draw at 3 wasn't too bad. But yeah, this going to 1 hurt the deck. This deck, if you ever watched, you can get up to like, I think there was 5 games this week. Out of like the 8 games I played where I decked out, because I got greedy. That's why in the video I stopped getting as greedy. I wasn't playing all the draw cards I could. Because I didn't want to deck out on camera, it'd be really retarded. Alright, 3, Fortune's Future. This is the spell side of the deck. This is basically a D-Draw. I think it's a little bit better than D-Draw if you do have the targets already removed, because it is a +1. You're not getting rid of anything from hand, you're just getting rid of a remove thing. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can get removed off various things, like even Allure. The deck runs the 1 Allure. I think I have 5 darks. I think I can justify with 5. It's not that much, but playing Allure, it used to have like 7, and 7 was great when I had the 2 Sorcerers and the Trag. Allure, removing Dark, and Fortune's Future isn't such a bad combo. That's a +1 from this, because you're removing from that for the 2, and then trade off and you get the 1. So if you want to, you can run the Allure. You don't have to in this format. I actually was testing a Necroface at the start. I found it to be a little inconsistent, but he wasn't such a bad target to ever remove with Sark or something. Next up, I run a Card Destruction. There's a lot of, and when you're playing this deck, you can draw into like Fortune Lady, Waters. I think there was a hand where I drew 3 Waters and a Wind. I was ready to like burn the deck. I was like, what is this? Come on. Destruction, come to me. When you draw hands like that, the deck can get some pretty icky hands. Next up, Sark. I tested out the 2 originally. I decided to put it down to 1 for the reason that it doesn't help. It helps set off the D-Draw engine, or the Fortune Future engine, so it can make it like a D-Draw for a second. But if you draw a mid to late game like I normally did, they never helped. Next up, 3 Future Vision. Helps the deck. It's mainly, like I said, it's a light-based build. It has 5 basically has 5 lights if you count Rai-Mei. And it messes up. Great card against Blackling. Hate all everything gets like priority around it for some reason. 2 different dimension gates. I decided to tech this. It's great to remove from play Fortune Lady Light. You can get your +1 off that. You get rid of a monster. The ruling is you have to send this to the graveyard to get your monsters back. So if they Trunate it, they lose their monster. You can also use it on some of the other Fortune Ladies with Fortune's Future. So you can summon 1, remove them both, and then play Fortune's Future to get your draw engine into. Next up, 2 Magical Dimension. Helps the deck. It allows you to special summon Fortune Lady. You can use it on Fortune Lady Light. As long as you don't destroy anything, you can activate her effect for Fortune Lady Dark. If you do destroy anything, then most likely you can't get a Light's effect. That's the rulings. But you can also use it for some of the other Fortune Ladies. Like you can tribute your Fire if you have that on your hand for Dark or something. And then you could probably get Fire's effect. Next up, I run Reasoning. I run 3 level 5s, 2 level 2s, 3 level 3s, 3 level 4s, 3 level 5s, and 1 level 10, plus that Sorcerer. So I think I can justify running it, and helps the deck Swarm. Next up, I run 1 Heavy Storm, Back Row Killer, kind of a staple. I run 3 Reckless. This deck is based off comboing, so you kind of need to go through your deck quick. And it's always fun to go set 3 Reckless, like I always do for some god-for-none reason. Next up, 3 Compulse. It's very versatile in this deck. You can use it with Fortune Lady Light. You can use it to move out big threats. If you're not running this in Fortune Ladies, please don't run Fortune Lady. I don't want to see you running Earth either, because no offense, but that's a really bad Fortune Lady. Alright, Torrential Tribute. Clears fields, kind of a staple, and you can use it with Light's effect. Alright, thanks for watching, YouTube. Please send me the next challenge. I think there might have been a guy that sent me something about frogs. If he did, please send it to me again. And if he does, I get to run my new DeLorean. Go DeLorean, yeah!